Okay, so let's talk about what exactly is going to happen to Kim at the end of Better Call Saul. So, we very much so have seen the latest episode, and it's just insane, right? Everything that's happened. So, I don't want to give spoilers. If you haven't seen that episode, definitely go check out my Ending Explained if you have. Not really gonna give the spoilers about it here because maybe you haven't watched the latest episodes, but you're so curious about what could happen to Kim at the end of this season because it's the last season of Better Call Saul, and we don't really see Kim in Breaking Bad at all. So I'm gonna cover that here, my thoughts, my opinions, and just where I think I'm seeing things going here. So if you've watched, I would say season 6, you pretty much won't have spoilers, but if you haven't, maybe you shouldn't watch this video and come back to it, but let's just get right into it. So go ahead and subscribe, turn that notification bell on so you know when videos drop. I have a season, like season 6 part 2 theory video coming out tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. But let's go on with this. So we pretty much know that Kim is nowhere in Breaking Bad at all. I don't even think her name is mentioned. I haven't watched the show in a couple of years, but I've seen some clips of Saul recently as well, just to prepare to make some videos on it. And I will say I never hear her. But one thing in particular we do hear is that Saul knows somebody who knows somebody all the time, and he's always able to find like somebody to do things. And another big clue is the vacuum guy from Breaking Bad. So if you remember earlier in season 6, we saw that the vet was talking about that they were kind of done with doing all of the underground stuff they were doing, and they just wanted to devote their life to be a vet. Now, that is very much so leaning to I'm gonna be not the guy no more. So somebody else is gonna step up to be the guy. So for a while, I always thought, like watching Better Call Saul, is that the vet was the guy that Jimmy was talking about in Breaking Bad all the time about calling him up for anything he needs. Well, now that we hear the vet say this and that they were selling the black book and that they were gonna like get away from it all, and we see in the black book the vacuum guy's number, well, pretty much that leads me to believe that we are gonna see somebody take over for the vet by the end of this series. And at first I was thinking, does Jimmy just buy the book himself and he uses it and he's the one who does all of the things, but he's claiming it's a guy? Well, now I started to think more about it because somebody who was very interested in the book, as you can see in the scene, if you go watch it again, was Kim Wexler. I think that Kim is going to end up being that point of contact that Saul uses a lot coming into the future as well in Breaking Bad. So I feel like in some way or shape or form, we're going to see that they are going to have this whole dilemma where maybe Kim has to sort of step out of the picture and have to sort of become this like shadow of a person that is just there to give these things to Saul when he needs them, and sort of have to be like, we can't be together no more because of everything that's happened. It just wouldn't like something's gonna happen in season 6, second half. And we've seen something happen already in the first half, but I think there's gonna be something even bigger that happens where Kim has to sort of deviate away from this whole world and go somewhere else. And that could even mean be out of the country itself, but still be this sort of like contact for everything. And especially somebody who knows the area that well can handle everything from sort of the outside of the box. And I think that this is what would work for Jimmy as well, knowing that Kim would be safe as well in this whole world if she was not like in it at all and was just doing all of this on the side. And I think after the Sandpiper settlement and all of that, she's able to also sort of live this life as well and be low key through it all. So that's what I think is where Miss Kim Wexler is going to be by the end of the season. As I was watching the seasons and all of that, I was immediately thinking, could she actually be dead? But now I see it more clearly, and I just don't see a character like Kim Wexler like dying. I see her sort of like going through it and thriving and being this sort of underground person that is there for Saul whenever he needs them. And so I think it's going to be interesting for that. Now, we did get a little teaser at the end of the mid-season finale. I will do a separate video for that and my thoughts and my opinions on that. But I just wanted to give my quick like theory video and all of that before we get to the finale, which is in July. And I just want to be covering more of this show because honestly, Next to Succession, this might just be one of the most perfect shows that we've ever seen on TV. And TV, I feel, has been in its golden era for some time now, and I'm really enjoying everything we've been seeing from it. So yeah, that's my thoughts. That's my opinion. What I think is going to happen to Kim Wexler by the end of this is that she becomes this sort of shadow person, sort of like the vet, out of the country, of course, and it's sort of that point of reference for Saul. I think something big happens, like I said, before the series concludes, where he's pretty much like, I want you to be safe and I want like you to be happy and all of this. And I just don't think you'd be safe, especially if I get deeper and deeper into this. And so I think that we see that Kim Wexler does indeed leave the country, become a shadow person, works with Jimmy, and all is just how it is. So we'll definitely see how it all plays out. I think that we are definitely a year prior to Breaking Bad. So by the time that we are in where Jimmy is in the Better Call Saul, like present time, it's about 3 year time gap. So I don't know, maybe we could see exactly what happens in between those times. Do we get a time jump during this show back into the Breaking Bad timeline of events where we see exactly how Kim is handling all of this as well? I would be interested in that, especially knowing that we will definitely see Walter and Jesse at some point return this season. And I think that we're going to see that's the part where we see how Kim and Jimmy are sort of handling all of this now as they're finding a way to get around it all. So, like I said, I think that she does become this new person. I don't see her getting killed at all this season, like many people predicted as well. So we'll see what happens. Let me know your thoughts and opinions. I will be doing a video on my theories for the second half of the season, especially talking about that new little tease we got at the end of the mid-season finale. So stay tuned for that video coming out later this week. We still talked about the Thor trailer as well, so if you're into that, check it out as well. I do have my video on Top Gun as well, talking about the movie, my little review on it as well, and I have another one coming out this week as well, because like I said in that video, blockbusters are going to make a comeback thanks to Top Gun and everything it's doing. So stay tuned for that video to find out more about what I'm talking about. But as always, that is going to do it for me. If you haven't already subscribed, subscribe to the channel right now. We are on the road to 25,000 subscribers. We just hit 21,000, so super excited about that. Cannot wait to hit that 25,000 mark. We will be doing a giveaway once we do that, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on that. But as always, that is going to do it for me. Make sure that notification bell is turned on. Make sure you comment below your thoughts and opinions, your theories on what could happen to Kim. And as always, I'll see all of you next time. Stay safe, stay positive, my friends.